So Alfonso, thank you for taking my video call today to chat with me in the first video series for the Lamborghini Club America. With this whole pandemic going on, we were thinking about different ways to reach out to owners and share the enthusiasm and to sync up on the hobby and give something for other owners and enthusiasts to do in watching us on video and share our conversations with us. So good evening down in Texas. I'm up here in Michigan, and thank you for setting aside the time. So my first question is, you've been around the Lamborghini hobby a long time. How long have you owned your Guyardo?
Well, I started owning my first Guyardo back in 2007.
Okay.
My first Guyardo was Guyardo Superleggera, orange. And then back in 2014, I have the one that you see in the background, the Squadra Corse.
Oh, very cool. That is a sharp car. I remember your Superleggera. That was a nice Guyardo also. You have good taste with the Lamborghinis. What made you choose the colors?
Thank you so much, Andrew. Well, Lamborghinis are known because they are unique, and especially they are, as I described them, the bad boys of the exotic cars. So the colors all of them are amazing. I love the orange. I think the orange and the yellow are kind of very distinctive, and they're basically the Lamborghini colors. And when you see them through the light of the sun or at night, the color change, and it's really amazing. I cannot describe the emotions you see when you see the color changing in all those type of seasons. It's really amazing. Every color is amazing, but my preferred ones are the orange, arancho, and yellow Midas.
That's cool. So you're Italian speaking, right, Alfonso?
Yes, I am. All my family are Italians. I have 95% of my family is in Italy, and I actually learned my Italian with talking in Italian in my family at home.
Oh, perfect. So the Lamborghini brand is a perfect synergy for your Italian upbringing and your sports car hobby.
It is in my blood, I believe.
That's cool. So
yes.
Tell me, when did you first come across the Lamborghini brand? What was your first experience with Lamborghini that kind of brought you into, the hobby?
The first experience I had with Lamborghini was, I remember back in late 80s in Lago di Como, that's between Italy and Switzerland. I was walking on vacation with my family, and I saw the first Lamborghini in person. At that time, it was a Diablo. It was a yellow Diablo. It was an amazing car. I still have that in my memory. I will never go away, obviously. And I remember I got so many pictures. I still have one picture, obviously in the old-fashioned picture. And I remember it had a little paper on a sticker on the window that actually says the price of the car, because back then it was not allowed to drive a car without a title, and if so, you have to have it kind of that paper in the window. That's what I was told back then. I don't know if it's true or not, but when I saw the price of the car, I said, wow, I don't know if I'm going to get one in my life, but I'm going to work very hard, and I'm going to make that dream come true. And here we go.
That's cool. Congratulations. That's a long time of thinking and dreaming and hard work to get there, but you did.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. In addition to that, obviously, since I was a teenager, I love Lamborghinis, movies. I had, as many of us, a poster in your bedroom with a Countach. And I think that's where it starts, my emotions, my dream. And then when I saw him in person in Lago di Como, it was like, wow, it's going to happen for sure at some point in my life.
That's fantastic. I see that you have 2 Lamborghinis there. Tell me about the other one.
Yes, I also would like to share a little bit of my experience with Lamborghini and my family, and how Stefano is actually part of that passion right now. He's 2 years old. He loves the brand. He loves Lamborghini. Yes. He's basically, when I see him playing with the car and the emotion he has, it makes me feel even more happy. It's like seeing him, I see myself many years ago. And it's something like I have been transferred to him by blood. I don't know, because I haven't pushed into that. I basically do the things with my car, cleaning, taking care of the car, and he comes with me, he approached me, he helped me, he give me all the things to basically help me out with the things I'm doing with the car. And when I'm washing my car, he wash his. He helped me washing mine, and vice versa. Is really amazing. He loves Lamborghini in I think more than myself, being that young. So an amazing experience I've been able to share with my family and Stefano.
That's very cool that you can share your passion with your son. Now, has he gone for a ride in the Guyardo yet, or is that something you do on your own?
Yes, not yet in my Guyardo, because I haven't bought the chair for him for safety reasons, and
okay.
I will do that soon. But I go out with him on his SV.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. So do you drive your Lamborghini year round since you're in Austin?
Oh yes, I drive my car every weekend and as much as I can. It has almost 26,000 miles.
Wow.
The Superleggera, when I sold it, it had 32,000.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues at all. Actually, the issues is, I've been told, is when you don't drive them. The more you drive them, the better the car behaves. And honestly, I cannot have my car sitting in the garage and not driving it. Now, obviously, we are in these circumstances, and it needs to stay home. And I do many other things to keep the passion, up in the right level.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. This pandemic has really changed, how we interact with the brand. What kinds of things are you doing to still enjoy the Lamborghini passion while you're at home during the quarantine?
Yes, that's a very good question. The things I do while I'm at home now with my car to keep the passion is try to do all those things that you cannot do in your normal life. Trying to dedicate more time at washing, taking care of things inside, also looking at all the fluids in the engine, because as you know, these cars, this piece of arts, are made for you to engage and interact with the engine, with the car, to get to know, hands-on. You need to talk to the car talks to you, you need to interact with the car, and it's made with that intention. So check all the levels, and also in addition to that, I have also Stefano helping me. So while he cleans his, I clean mine. I also try to read the manual again to try to see if I'm missing something, because there's a lot of very nice things in the manual that sometimes we overlook, and this is the right time to do all those things, and basically have your family also interact with the car as well, more than it could be. And in this type of situation, is Stefano having the time with him and my passion.
That's fantastic, Alfonso. And, you sound like Valentino a little bit when you're speaking about the car, having its own character, learning about the car. Valentino tells us a lot of the same things. So, I know that you're friends with Valentino. Tell us about, since this is a video call we're going to put out through the Lamborghini Club, about your first time meeting Valentino.
Yes, for sure. Well, the first time I meet Valentino, he's a very good friend, and thanks to you, You were the first one be able to connect us. And the first time I met him was almost 10 years ago. And I met him in Houston, Texas, during the organization of the Lamborghini Festival. He is now more than a friend. We basically share a lot of passion, obviously, and the way he talks to me about Lamborghini, I see myself in him many times. Having Valentino next to me while I'm driving my car, or him driving my car, is an experience, is a feeling you cannot describe. The relationship I was able to build with Valentino is an amazing, because it basically ensure and not just ensure, but all the facts, all the dreams, all the questions I had about the brand, about the cars, he was able to answer all those things, all those questions, all those concerns. In addition to that, it made me feel the passion I'm with Lamborghini is very valuable. Having him as a friend, it goes above and beyond the brand. It's really amazing.
Yeah, chatting with you, Alfonso, I don't know if there's anybody in America, I mean, I'm sure there's people at the same level as you and I, but you are a very strong brand advocate, and I appreciate everything you've done for the club, done for our friend Valentino, and all of the philanthropic car events that you've done over the years. I understand you have another car event possibly coming up this fall?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Andrew. I really also thank you so much for all your support. None of this was possible without your support, without your trust and everything, because it's a teamwork. It's not just one of us, it's all of us working as a familia. So really would like to make sure that is very clear, because without your help, your support, none of this was possible. So in addition to that, yes, I'm planning to do another event here in Austin, which is Passione Lamborghini in September 18, 19, and 20th. Hopefully everything will help us towards that accomplishment. We'll see how everything come across. But on the donation and helping the children with cancer, yes, that's completely true. We basically try to put together an event to help children at the same time enjoying the cars and the Lamborghini. And the organization we and myself have been basically supporting is Bennett's Bears.
Yeah, that's a fantastic charity. I remember we've done some things with you on a national level with the club to help you raise funds for Bennett's Bears, which buys a teddy bear for children that are sick and in the hospital, correct?
Yes, that's completely true. Long story short, is Bennett, their parents, they are basically, while he was sitting in the hospital because he was diagnosed with cancer in his brain, another girl approached him and basically gave him another bear, which helped him through the process of this painful process through his stay at the hospital. Having the bear with him basically helped him empower him. And his family, mother and father, Brandy, his mom, said that whenever this is done, he's going to put together an organization to buy bears for every children at the hospital, because it changed his son behavior and attitude towards this treatment. It will change many others. And for me, that was something amazing to help and provide support as much as we can. And we're still doing that.
That's fantastic, Alfonso. So the event coming up in the fall, you are also going to be supporting that same charity?
Yes, that's completely true. I'm going to keep supporting Bennett's Bears. Valentino Balboni is planning to join us as well, and every single Lamborghini owner and passionista that I have been known over this year. So I'm very excited about that. And obviously Austin is a house of Circuit of America. We're also planning to see how we can work with them and also add some of the Circuit of America emotions to this great event.
That's fantastic, Alfonso. Keep up the good work with the charities.
Thank you so much.
Enough cannot be said about your passion for the brand and everything you've done to do good things with that same energy. So you mentioned the Circuit of Americas. What's the fastest you've been on the track in your Lamborghini?
It's been 189, almost 190 miles per hour.
Miles per hour. Wow, that's pretty fast.
Yes, and this beast at that speed actually behave even better. The massive wing actually works very good because it's actually 3,000 pounds more than the regular one. So actually it provides a very good stability on the car. It's really amazing. The faster you go, the greater the smile goes, and the more stable the car is to the ground. It's really amazing.
That's cool. What track did you do that on?
That was actually in College Station. That was a track there, and also as in Circuit of America on the straight.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
yes.
In back of me, I'm sitting here with my 2010 Guyardo. I haven't been that fast. I've had it on the track a couple times, a little more leisurely. So the fastest I've been on the track was actually as a passenger with Valentino on Pocono Speedway. We were in a Murcielago, Valentino driving, and he got that beast up to almost 200 miles an hour on the straight. I was hanging on for dear life. It was my first time on the track. This is back in maybe 2005. It was an amazing experience, much faster than I've ever been comfortable driving myself on a track. But, my 2010 Guyardo, the Valentino Balboni edition, I've had that on the track a couple times, a little more leisurely, but, maybe over 150 miles an hour, but nothing like what you've done. That's cool you've been able to enjoy the Squadra Corsa edition that much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Andrew. And I would like to point out that you enjoy this car at any speed. It doesn't matter, you don't have to go a very high speed to enjoy the car. It's an emotion from sitting in the car, not power off, all the way to high speed. Every time I sit in the car, even though for example, right now I'm not driving the car, I sit in it, and as soon as I sit, it's like a smile. It's something I cannot describe. It's really an amazing experience.
That's great, and I agree with your passion and your energy 100%. I feel the same way. So moving back to something that we already started to talk about, the unfortunate pandemic that's going on. Our social media and marketing director, Joy Liu, set up a team page for the Lamborghini Club America on a foundation website for the CDC, where they are raising money to help those affected by the pandemic and to help increase lab capacity, medical supplies, and things like that. So one of the purposes of this video, other than for us to catch up and say hello and share our passion with others, is to spread the word about this team page that we have. So in the description of this video, we will have a link where we will invite people to make a contribution to this CDC foundation. So Alfonso, I'd like to ask your help in spreading this video and the link for this CDC foundation.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and for sure I will be doing that immediately. That's something that I will do as much as I can. As I said to you, I have 95% of my family in Italy, and I know what this is going through is horrible, is terrible, but with all these things we are going to get through this, and really thank you so much for doing this. You have my support 100%.
So let's do something a little more fun, some rapid fire questions, Alfonso. And with these questions, you have to answer quick as you can. Favorite Lamborghini model?
Countach.
Okay, driving your Countach that you would have, who would be, if you could choose anybody, in your passenger seat with you?
My wife, Veronica.
Okay, perfect. So driving your Lamborghini in America or Italy, what country would you pick?
Italy.
Okay, summer driving or winter driving?
Summer.
Android or Apple?
Apple.
I'm an Android guy, so I thought of that question.
Okay.
So if you could give a young enthusiast of Lamborghinis any advice, what would you give that person as advice as a young Lamborghini enthusiast?
First, every dream is possible. There is nothing impossible in life. You have to work very hard and you have to accomplish all your dreams. Work hard, play hard, and never give up. Never, never. All the walls in your life basically are put there for yourself. Nobody put those walls or those barriers in front of you. You are the only ones putting that barrier in front of you.
So if you were to give yourself advice as a young Lamborghini enthusiast the first time you saw the Diablo, what would that be?
Keep aiming high. Always, it doesn't matter. Be humble. Never try to do something that would put anybody in unsafe, or keep doing what you are doing. Keep dreaming, because every dream you put there, it will be accomplished. I'm a dreamer, and I believe that every dream is possible if you believe it's going to be possible, and you work towards and you keep doing things towards that dream. I think I have always taught that to me, and I keep saying that to me, and always be positive, enjoy, and be happy. Never, in any circumstances, you have to always be very positive and happy as much as you can.
So tell me, Alfonso, tell me something you like about the old Lamborghini brand in the early days and something about the new Lamborghini brand. What are, some things from each era of Lamborghini that you really like?
The old era I like because it was, and is still until recently, handmade. Still a lot of parts of the Lamborghini are still made by hand and assembled by hand. So that's what I love from the old and from now, and I think that will keep coming and happening in the future, because that's part of one of the huge and biggest characteristic of Lamborghini is made by passionistas, is made by hand. That's one of the things I love more. In addition to that, is unique. The production in the old era. I like the number of the production, and now obviously the production is not even close to what it was in the back days. However, we are sync with the current demand of that, so we need to make more. Obviously, I'm not talking about me make them, but I'm talking as a passionista, right?
Yeah.
Because I put myself in their shoes, and I think what I love about now is that it's a brand that is always looking for the technology, the future. Right now, Lamborghini is engaged and is synced with NASA. It's doing a lot of project and technology with NASA. It's obviously and all the time is ahead of the game. It's in advance. It's always looking for what is next. The technology for becoming a car without gas, electric car. That's something that the concept that is out there by the Xi'an is nobody in the world has thought about that. So that's what I love about now and the future, and that's what I love from back in the days. And another thing I love about the old era is obviously how the Lamborghini brand became the brand that we know today. Between Ferruccio Lamborghini and his issues and problems he had over the years, and now right now today we have what we believe one of the best brands that makes exotic cars.
Those are all very good points, Alfonso. Thank you for sharing them. And what you're talking about with the modern Lamborghini brand pushing the edge of what's possible and what's reality. Think about the old days when the Miura came out and when the Countach came out. Nobody was doing anything that extreme, at the time. Think about the cars that were out during the late 60s and early 70s. There was nothing like it. So it's cool to hear from you, your impression of the DNA of Lamborghini, and it followed that same line, that we have since the early days of the company. It's neat to hear that from you.
Thank you, Andrew. And actually on that point, yes, Ferruccio was the first one putting a race car model kind of setup with a mid-engine from the race track into the roads that we know today with the Miura. It was the first exotic car in the world.
That's true, that's true. Yeah, most people say that the first supercar was the Miura, and then the first exotic car was the Countach.
That's completely true, yes.
So, what will your next Lamborghini be, Alfonso? I see you have, quite the passion that we, admire and aspire to. What will be the next model for you?
If I will have the opportunity to choose, I obviously will not get rid of my Squadra Corsa because it's a very special edition. It's a very special car for me. How I have it with me is very special. So if I will have the opportunity to choose another Lamborghini, I will probably go with the Aventador SVJ.
That's a good choice.
If you put in front of me, for me, the best three cars to choose now between Lamborghini will be the Aventador SVJ, the Centenario, the Veneno, and the Sexto Elemento. For me, if I pick any of those like this, I will be very happy.
Your list isn't short, which I admire. I feel the same way. So what's your most memorable experience or your most fun experience from Lamborghini driving or the Lamborghini passion in general?
Okay, I myself experienced one of the best, I think, feelings I never had in my life. The first time I drove my Lamborghini, the Superleggera Orange, I remember it was delivered around 10:30 p.m. My wife and myself, Veronica, took the car immediately for a spin, and we were on an underpass. I accelerated the car on that underpass, and the sound, the feeling, the everything. I almost cried that day. Cry of happiness. We both laughed like we were listening or seeing a comedy. It was an emotion that I would myself along with my wife, that she was not as a co-pilot. It was an emotion that we'll never forget in our life. For me, that was one of the emotions that I had with Lamborghini myself. That I experienced myself. The other experience I think I already shared with you is when I saw that Diablo in Lago di Como the first time. Seeing a Lamborghini in person for me was a shock that amazed me and confirmed actually every single thing I've been reading and seeing over all those years. When I saw the car in person, I was able to touch it. It was like, wow, it's real.
And that was the yellow Diablo?
Yes, that was the yellow Diablo.
That's a cool story. When you were talking about your most memorable Lamborghini experience, I thought you were going to tell the story of when you brought Valentino to town, what was that, 10 years ago? For the event you did in Houston? So that was the first time that I had met you also, Alfonso. So you gave me a hotel recommendation, you put Valentino up at the same hotel. Valentino and I arrive at about the same time at the airport. We get over to the hotel, and I don't know if you had met Valentino before earlier in that day. I know in general you had not met him before, but I have never seen anyone as starstruck as you that day. You know, we have a lot of celebrity members, you know, of the club, you know, musicians, actors, things like that. And I see different people's reaction when they're meeting these famous people, and none of it compared to, you know, that day with you.
Well, that's completely true. There are so many experiences, and that's one that I will never forget. That time that I met Valentino, that I think was the same time I met you. It was an amazing experience. Seeing the legend, be able to shake his hand, talking to him in Italian, be able for him to drive my car to the hotel. It was so many emotions at the same time. I could not, control all of those at the same time. So
I remember that, and I remember how immaculate your planning was. Valentino and I arrived about the same time. He was coming from Italy, I was coming from Detroit. You know, we flew down for your event. We stayed at the same hotel, and I don't know if you had met Valentino in person yet or not, but I remember the hotel room phone ringing in my room, and I answer it, and it's you, and you say, "Hey, Andrew, good evening. Are you ready to go down for dinner?" And I said, "Yes." And you said, "Okay, we'll be up to your room, and then we'll go and get Mr. Balboni." So, okay, I put my shoes on, I get ready to go. You knock on the door, I open the door. There you are with the hotel manager, hotel security, and this entourage, and you say, "Okay, let's go get Mr. Balboni." So we go up to Valentino's floor, we get him from the room, and then we take, the secret elevator down through the kitchen into a private part of the dining room that you had set up, and we had like a roped off dinner area. It was you would think the president of the country was in town the way you treated us. It was cool.
Thank you so much. I tried to work very hard to ensure everything was crystal and very neat for you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for
Valentino.
that.
Yeah, Valentino said it was over the top. He said he's never been treated better before than that day that you welcomed us at the hotel. It was really special.
Thank you so much.
That's part of my love for the brand, being able to share such experiences, Alfonso. So thank you for making such things possible and your hard work in putting together all these events. And I wish you success for the event coming up in the fall. And I hope to come down there, and I think Valentino is going to be coming. So we'll see you this fall down in Texas.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much for all your support and trust. I really appreciate it, Andrew.
No problem, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, sounds good. Grazie mille.
Okay. Grazie.
Ciao, ciao.